guys, welcome back to another video, and this is a bit different to what I do normally. So today I am doing my take on a full glam pink girly Victoria's Secret model makeup look. Now I would just like to do a quick disclaimer, I am not very good at makeup, so it's not going to turn out very well, but just to help me along the way I'm going to be watching a YouTube video by Florence Robertson. So if you haven't already, go sub to her channel because she is absolutely amazing at makeup and everything that she does. So I'm going to have that in the background. You probably won't be able to hear it because I'm going to cut between different things because I will be here for probably about an hour. Hopefully not, but knowing me, I will get distracted. So let's get started with skincare. Okay, so before I started recording I did have a under eye mask on because I have really bad under eyes, but I'm first going to start off with the Bio Hydrating Milky Toner. So I use this every single day and I think it works really well for my skin because I have really sensitive skin, and I do have quite a lot of products but these are just the ones that I use often. So now this is a Biovine Caffeine Wake Up Eye Roll On. So I haven't fully tested, I know it's probably not the best thing to admit to or to do. I don't tend to do skincare in the morning before I put makeup on. And I know that's bad, but it's fine. And now I'm using just the Boot Zone Glow Peach Serum. I find it works fine. Also, if you keep seeing me look that way, I have my main big mirror there. I would have my tripod right in front of it, but I would have to sit the other side of the room basically because space just ain't a good factor, I fear. And I also don't want to be sat, I was about to say too close to the door, my door's right there as you can see, because it's 1:30. Why am I doing this? Because I want to, it's one not allowed. Anyway, see what I mean about the rambling. And I'm just going to use the brightening moisturising cream. Well, I lie, in the morning I do normally use an SPF 50. The same sort of thing, but literally just whack. So this one, that's probably a bit much, but I'll be back when I actually get some makeup products out. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how the base has turned out. I don't normally do glowy makeup, so this is just one I accidentally bought and it's by Collection. I just use the matte version of this if I do use foundation. So I'm just gonna, you could, I haven't used this. Oh dear, okay. So this is just in Fair 5 because I've quite light skin. Because we want it to be quite glowy. Oh, I'm chucking beauty blenders everywhere. We're gonna need way more. We don't want it too heavy, and I also just sort of want to see what glowy makeup looks like on me. It looks like I'm putting loads, but trust me, it won't go far. I would normally use a primer, but I only have the mattifying one. You'll notice a lot of my makeup products are by Collection because I find, well, they were the first ones I used, I just sort of set with them. I have different brands of like blush and some other things, but most of them are Collection. So I definitely do recommend Collection. I can't boycott them. I just realised I'm wearing my Pandora bracelet, it's a bit rattly, but it's fine. So I've just got Flow here, so I'm not just staring at my room. I do have a brain, believe it or not. Talking about brain, it doesn't really link very well, does it? I have my GCSE results back just over a week ago now, and I was very happy with the results. I've gotten into sixth form, so can't complain. Right, we've now blended out the foundation. I soaked my beauty blender with the Lacura illuminating setting spray because the collection I have mattifying. So I'm just sort of using the stuff that I think will give more of a glowy look, because obviously they do like glowy makeup. So I'll be back in a second once I find the rest of the products that I need. Okay, so like I said, I am following Flo's video. Normally I would do concealer now, but she does bronzer. Now she's using a cream bronzer. I only have powder bronzer, but I have contour and it's basically the exact same shade. So I don't know whether to do powder bronzer or just do the liquid, because I don't even have a liquid brush. I have a stick blush that looks like that, as well as powder, because like that's not that dark. I need to squeeze some more out, but it's not that dark. So I am thinking maybe just use that, but it's quite hard to blend out for some reason. So I'm thinking to go with powder. So again, collection, who would have thought? Typical me. So obviously it's not going to look the same as hers because I don't have the same products in any really similar way, do I? It would help if I would own some of the right stuff, but I also haven't worn foundation since like February. I've just been wearing concealer and then the rest, because I sort of need to wear concealer because you can, the camera doesn't pick it up as bad as it is actually, but it is disastrous how dark my eyes are. I am just putting Flo on mute just so I can see where she's putting the bronzer. Okay, so she does sort of go around her face, because I mean, I've watched the video, don't get me wrong, I've watched it I think twice now. I really don't have much to be doing, but you know, I've got a really bad memory. Okay, I've just done what I normally do, where I put some on my eyes. I don't think she does that. Maybe she does. It's very hard to tell because she's a bit more tan than me. Okay, so Flo uses a liquid brush. Obviously, like I said, I don't have that, so I'm just using the Creamy Blendable Blush Stick by Collection in number 1, so that's useful. I was just testing on my hand to see what brush works better. This one I would use for it. It doesn't work very well, so I'm just using the one I use for powdered blush, and she did just say she does like sort of powder products later, so I have already sort of messed this up with the bronzer situation, but you know, this could go really badly. Right, don't wait, less is more. Oh god, hold on. And I can't really blend it properly. Don't worry, some of this will go when we powder. I said, oh my days, it looks like I've had some sort of reaction. You know, we're all right. I haven't, it was a joke. Let's maybe not use that much this side. Please do not copy my technique, whatever you do, because I can guarantee it's not right. Oh good, oh dear. Oh, this is actually quite interesting. Right, we are looking interesting, I gotta say. Right, let's just see what Flo's doing now. So she's done both cheeks. Are we going anywhere else? Nope. Okay, now we're doing concealer. So let me just, this is so cool though, it's like you twist it. Oh my, not if we're chucking it back, so let's calm down. Right, now I do only have matte concealer, we are going to have to deal with that. So I'm guessing she just puts that under her eyes, surely. It's almost out. I might just get my new one. Do I just open my new one? Yeah, we're opening the new one. I use Fair 5 again. I know I should probably use a slightly lighter one, but I think it works perfectly fine. Oh no, we use quite a bit. Okay. Never mind then. Oh, looking interesting. Looking dashing, I'll just say. Right, I'm going to use my crusty, musty concealer beauty blender that I always use. Oh wow, looking looking glam, I gotta say. You know, it's looking better than I thought. For my amateur makeup skills, I am gonna blend it better. Don't worry. I am reasonable enough. Oh, well, I say that. I say that and I whip that out. So you know, we gotta be optimistic here. Got the smaller one. I'm just doing it how I normally do it now. I just use a slightly smaller one in areas because I find I can never apply it to the point where it looks right. Okay, we're looking fairly okay. Guess who's back? It's me again. We are sort of blending some out along here. So now we're just going to do that. I'm not really quite sure what's going on. As you can tell, I am very clearly a professional. Should have gone to beauty school. Look at me, I'm like a... Yeah, no, like I said, if you want to see this done a lot better than me and properly, please go check out Flo's channel. If YouTube would let me, I will leave a link in the description, because I would much rather you guys go watch her video of this and see it done right and it look really nice, because I can guarantee this isn't going to look as good as hers. I did put some more concealer there because Flo did. Now it's time for powder. I am literally using Poundland powder, everybody. Shout out to Poundland. Flo's using the pink one by Huda Beauty, I think. But I don't have that either. Shocking, I know. Sort of dab it well, so put concealer. Okay, pause that there. I think that's probably enough powder, not gonna lie, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we are setting the base, so I'm just going back in with the Lacura Illuminate Ink Spray, and Flo uses... Oh my god, I pressed it and it flew at me. I didn't even press it down. How do people do that with their eyes open? Deary me, I think it's just me just flinching at it every time. But no, like I was saying, Flo used, I think it was the Gucci one and the Charlotte Tilbury. And I am hoping one day to have like the products like that, because they are absolutely gorgeous. Those are probably my dream products, to own like the big brands and whatnot. But now I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. I would use a fan. I don't know where I've put it. I've put it somewhere. It's probably flew away knowing me. Okay, so the setting spray's dried. It's not dried. It's not I only really have this fan brush just for pure. Yeah, real nice technique there, I've got to say. So are we happy with the highlighter? I think so. I think it's looking alright. I think half of that missed my face, not gonna lie. If you guys like this sort of video, I'd love to do more like this. So feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to do more videos like this. This is actually really fun so far. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry again and then I'll be back. Okay, so now we are going to be doing eyes. So obviously this set now, I think it's looking a bit better now. So Florence just uses a bit of leftover concealer on her beauty blender, set with some powder. Let me get my powder brush. I do have a powder brush, who would have thought? Oh, see that? Oh my, it's in my eye. Okay, well that was a bit excessive, wasn't it? Flo's using a Kylie Cosmetics palette, and I think it's called the Mauve palette. So it's got quite pinky browns. This is what I'm dealing with. I think this might be from B&M, you know, on a budget, we are vibing. So let me just find some eyeshadow brushes that aren't literally blue, because if you were a victim to my last Twitch stream, my typos was green and blue, so you know. So she sort of does a bit of like a more, I'm just gonna sort of use quite a few of them, and I might, I was about to say I might do a time lapse, but no, it will end up being either really long or really short. So I'm just gonna I'll probably be back in a second, so I might do one eye, come back and then do the other one on camera. Okay, so I haven't quite finished this eye. I've changed for a slightly more fluffy brush because I thought, you know what, it's not quite working. So you can sort of tell the difference. So I'm just going to do this eye and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to put a bit more concealer sort of on the inner bit of my eye, but it has sort of dried up, so I've just put a bit on my hand and I'm literally just going to collect some excess. I might use my slightly bigger one, make my life slightly easier. So I am going to sort of neaten it up a bit more. And then I'm literally just copying exactly what Flo does, but with my products. As you probably see, that's why I don't look the same. I have a feeling the eyeshadow is probably going to be the worst bit because I can't do eyeshadow, as you can probably see. But now we're going to go back in with the blush, but now sort of do just here with the shade that I was using. It really doesn't look that similar to hers now, but you know, I'm working with what I have. Now we need to use a sort of lighter shade. So just looking at my eyeshadows, I have loads and loads of colours, don't get me wrong. So it's either, I'm just seeing which one's darker, not darker, lighter. Ah, I have a white eyeshadow. Perfect. Okay, so this just could go on the corners of my eye, the inner corner, not the out corner. Way. To really emphasize the dull look. Okay, so I know it isn't very good at all, and you probably can't see it very well on my phone because that's how I record my videos, but it's definitely not looking as good as Flo's. But now I'm literally just going back in with my e.l.f. highlighter, just sort of in the inner corners, sort of brighten it up. My white eyeshadow is not bright enough at all, and I did manage to find a pink, but it's like hardly showing up, and I was like, what? I must put like 5 layers of it on it, it just still wasn't showing up, which was really annoying me. So we are just sort of leaving it as is. Okay, so Flo used a brown eyeliner. I only have black eyeliner, or I have white. I'm so bad at eyeliner. So I've literally just done it barely visible, and you know, I'm just gonna leave it as that purely because I'm so bad at eyeliner. I really need to learn how to do it. So I could have just kept my mouth shut. Now Flo uses more of her brown eyeliner on the corners, but she uses a white one sort of here. Now I'm just going to see how it looks with the white. I do have a brown brow pencil, so I am going to cut the video while I do this because it takes me ages to do eyeliner as it is, and I'm just going to see if this brown one might work, and if it does, hopefully it will look alright. So I really need to get an actual white eyeliner because I've just got pencil and they just don't work, because I have the same one in black here, also didn't work. So I got a new one from Maybelline New York and that does work. As you can sort of see, it works better than that. I'm just not a good example of it working. The brow pencil did sort of work in the corners, so I have just put that there, but the white one wouldn't work. So that's not very helpful.